Marcus Ward wakes up at 5:45 every morning before the alarm goes up because he knows 5 more minutes and everything falls behind. He makes coffee, no time to drink it, pours it into a thermos, 45 minutes of traffic, 9 hours of work, 45 minutes back home by 7 p.m. His wife Sarah has already fed the kids. She works too. At an accounting firm downtown, she left at 7 a.m. Together, they earn $94,000 a year in Columbus, Ohio. 2 college degrees, 2 good jobs. By every measure, they are doing everything right. But at the end of every month, Marcus opens his banking app, and the savings number stares back at him. Almost the same last month, barely anything left. He sets the phone face down on the nightstand and stares at the ceiling. What are we doing wrong? Marcus sits down one Sunday afternoon and writes it all out. Every dollar in, every dollar out. He's done this before, but this time he wants to really see it. Marcus, $1,850 per month. They bought in 2019 before prices went insane. That same house today costs $70,000 more. Health insurance $920 per month. Combined premiums, deductibles are separate. 1 year visit last year cost them $1,400 out of pocket. Student loans $680 per month. Marcus's bachelor's degree 12 years in, still 6 to go. Childcare $1,100 per month for the youngest, Emma. The older one just started school. One small mercy, groceries, gas, utilities, car insurance, internet. After everything, they are left with somewhere between $230 and $350 a month. That's what they have to invest, to build an emergency fund, to save for 2 kids' college tuitions, to plan for retirement. $232, $350. Marcus folds the paper, doesn't show Sarah. He doesn't know what he had said. Marcus's father bought a house at 32, single income, factory work. He didn't have a college degree. He had a union card. Marcus had a degree. Sarah has a degree. Together, they earn more than his father ever did, adjusted for inflation, and yet. Housing. Home prices rose 52% from 2020 to 2024. A buyer today needs to earn $1,21,400 a year just to keep housing costs below 30% of income. The median US household income $83,700. Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta or St. Louis Fed. Healthcare. Middle-class families carry more medical debt than any other income group. The poor qualify for Medicaid. The wealthy pay cash. The middle class falls into the gap, paying premiums, deductibles, and copays, and still ending up in debt. Education. Average cost of attendance at a private university $58,628 per year. Middle class families earn too much for need-based aid. They borrow and spend their first decade of adult working life paying it back instead of building wealth. One evening, Marcus looks at Sarah across the dinner table and says, "We did everything. they told us to do. Sarah looks out the window for a long moment. Then she says, I think that's exactly the problem. The company-wide meeting is on a Tuesday. The CEO stands at the front of the room, sharp, sweet, confident smile, and announces record profits. The best quarter in the company's story. Everyone applauds. Marcus applauds too. Then immediately thinks, does this mean my raise will finally be more than 3%? It isn't. 2.5%, in line with market benchmarks. His manager says from 1979 to 190, American worker productivity grew by 59.7%. Worker compensation grew by just 13.7%. A 46 percentage point gap. Economic Policy Institute. Over the same period, wages for the top 1% rose by 160%. For the top 0.1%, they rose 345%. Marcus is more productive than his father ever was. His company makes more money than it ever has, but the value he helps create, most of it flows somewhere else, into shareholder dividends, into CEO bonuses, into stock buybacks. He didn't fail to earn more. The system was designed to capture what he produced and returned only a fraction of it to him. Last night, he doesn't sleep. It's 1:17 a.m. Sarah is asleep. The kids are asleep. Marcus is lying in bed, phone in hand, reading things he's never read before. Federal Reserve data. Pew Research. Economic Policy Institute report, he finds a number that stops his curve. As of question number 1, 2024, the bottom 50% of American households hold just 2.5% of all national wealth. The top 1% hold 30.5%. Federal Reserve distributional financial accounts. In 1963, the wealthiest families had 36 times the wealth of middle-class families. By 2022, 71 times. The gap didn't just grow, it doubled. Urban Institute. He wakes Sarah up. She startles. What's wrong? He shows her the screen. She reads it, then reads it again. Neither of them says anything for a while. Then Marcus says it out loud for the first time. We didn't fail. This is what the system was designed to do. Sarah puts down the phone, looks at him. Then what do you do now? It is the first time they have asked the question from a place of understanding instead of shame. The next morning, Marcus's alarm goes off at 5:45 a.m. He gets up, makes coffee. This time he sits down and drinks it. The system isn't going to change overnight. He knows that. His salary isn't going to triple. The housing market isn't going to reset. Student loans doesn't vanish. But something has shifted in how she sees it. He opens a brokerage account, moves $150 of that $230 monthly surplus into a low-cost index fund, the same asset that wealthy households use to grow wealth while they are asleep. The same assets that wealthy households use to grow wealth while they sleep. It's small, but it's ownership, not just wages. He starts reading differently, not self-help, not 10 Habits of Millionaires, but the actual mechanics, how money moves. who it flows to and why the rules are written the way they are. He stops blaming himself for outcomes that were structured before he was born, and he starts making decisions with his eyes open. The treadmill is still there. He still gets on it every morning. But now he knows what it is, and knowing, really knowing, is where everything changes.